Hello everyone and welcome to this Playwright Python tutorial series. In this particular tutorial, we will learn different ways to execute the Playwright test. So let's begin. When you're working on the Playwright test, you might come across with the scenarios where you might need to run only one test, maybe set of tests or the all complete test, right? So you should know how you can run the test in different ways. And when we're talking about running the test, so test can be run on one browser or the multiple browsers by using the flag, and the flag is basically dash dash browser. So let me write it down here. So dash dash browser is a flag basically which you need to use in order to work with the browsers. By default, what happens is that the tests are run in the headless manner. Now the other term which we just learned is that headless manner. So headless means that it will not open the browser. So it will execute and show the results in the command prompt or the terminal. Okay. And if you want to run in the headed mode, which means that you need to see the execution on the actual browser. So for that, you need to use a flag, and that flag is basically dash headed. So dash dash headed. And now when you're running, so by default in our previous tutorial we just go here and typed pytest. So when you use this command, so this will run your test on the Chromium browser by default. Test run in the headless mode, and by default means no browser will be opened while running the test, and results will be seen in the terminal. So if I hit enter, you will see that no browser will be open. It's just executing on the terminal, and eventually it will show the results here in the terminal. And this is the non-headed mode. Okay, and by default it's using the Chromium. And in order to use or run the test in the headed mode, what we will do is that, as I discussed, we will be using this dash dash headed command, and we will see the execution in practical. Now simply if you go here and dash dash headed, press enter. Now in this case, now you see that the browser is actually open and you see the execution in practical. Okay, now in order to run the test on the different browsers, so as we learned that we will be using dash dash browser, so pytest dash dash browser, and let's go with the WebKit. So press enter. So it will be using the WebKit for this particular execution. And here if you see that, again here it executed on that particular browser, but it was a non-headed mode. So in order to go with the headed mode, just double dash dash and headed. Now this time you see that is the WebKit browser open, and you can execute here just in this way. And if you want to use or execute the test on the multiple browsers, so what you can do is that simply the dash dash browser WebKit, then dash dash browser like Firefox, and then if you want headed or non-headed, so if you don't provide the headed, it will be executing in the non-headed mode. So let's suppose I'll say dash dash headed, so we can see the execution in the both browsers. So first it will execute on the WebKit, and then it will actually use the Firefox as well for this particular execution. So once this execution has been done, now you will see that it will open the Firefox. Now Firefox has been opened and executing the test on the Firefox browser. Now if you want to run a specific test, so how you can do that? That's really simple over here. So simply what you need to do is that you say pytest and the name of test. So here the name of test is basically test underscore example dot py. Just press enter. So it will start executing this test, just providing the name or the path of this particular test. So if this particular test is inside the test folders, so like test slash then test underscore example, right now it's in the root, so that's why I'm not providing a complete path. And if you want to run a set of tests, so what you can do is that you need to provide all the tests over there. So for example, if you have a test and you have a test folder, just like I given an example over here, so basically then in that case you will be going with the test, pytest, test, then test first underscore test dot py, and then again test, then slash. For example, you have a second test inside there, then you will be second underscore test dot py. Okay. And in case of using the pytest, and in the pytest basically we need the naming convention. We need to follow the naming convention, and naming convention is basically is that it starts with the test keyword. Okay, so test underscore first. So this is the right way, else the pytest will not pick up the test. So for that we need to follow the conventions, okay. Now in order to run a test um, with the specific name of function, right? So for example, this is a name of function, right? And this is name of function. If you want to run this test having a specific function name, just copy this one from here and go back here, and here you will say pytest dash k and the name of the function. If you press enter, you will see that it will pick up the same test here, this one only, and you see that two items, one deselected, one selected, and executing only this particular test, which is actually verifying the title on the playwright.dev page. Okay. Now, if you want to run the test in parallel, for that what you need to do is that you need to use a flag, and that flag is basically let me write it down, dash dash num processes, okay, and the number of processes, for example 2, so it will be executing in parallel. Now you see that the test got failed due to timeout error, so we will look into these errors in our upcoming tutorials. Right now just learn how to execute our test, and you can also run the parallel using this particular flag. And in order to run this one, we need to ensure that we have a xdist plugin. So let's go to the browser over here, and you need to search for the parallel run multiple tests at once. So if you tests are running on the machine with a lot of CPUs, so you can speed up the overall execution time of your test suite by using the pytest-xdist plugin. Okay, so in order to install this one, just copy this one and go to your project and paste it over here, and it will install this one. And once it will be installed, now you can run the command. Let's go back, and this is the command. And so auto means it will automatically pick based on the number of test cases, but you can also define somewhere from 2 to the number of the CPUs on your machine. So this is important. So number of CPUs on your machine, if you try to set too high, you may notice unexpected behavior. Okay, now if you go here and provide this one, let's see what happens with the auto. So you see that workers, right, 8 workers are working to execute these tests, right? But in our next attempt, what we will do is that instead of go with the auto, we will go with 2, because there are 2 test cases. I want to run them in the parallel. That's it. So let's wait. It's executing the test, and once the execution will be done, we will be using the without auto, right? So again, it's timeout. Don't worry about this one. We'll see. So this is the auto. Let's go with the 2. So now you see that 2 workers are being used and it picked up the two items, and you will see the parallel execution is happening. So two workers are executing your test, or instead of one worker, now there are two workers who are actually executing your test. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you like our content, then do like, comment, share, and subscribe our channel. Once again, thank you so much, and see you in the next tutorial.